Good day, everybody. This is Brian Garcia, meteorologist with the National Weather Service for the San Francisco Bay Area and Monterey Bay regions. First off, I want to remind everybody that it is Pearl Harbor Day, and I want to say thank you and honor the sacrifices of those who lost their lives in Pearl Harbor, as well as a big shout out and thanks to all of you who served in World War II or who had family members who served in the Second World War. Thank you for your service to our country. So talking about weather today now, we've got this area of low pressure here in the satellite imagery, this infrared satellite, going into northwest California, and it's dragging that trailing cold front down across our area here in the Bay Area. So we'll see that across the area through the day today. Some of the showers are already starting to show up on radar this morning across North Bay and even down into South Bay, and a few popping up down in the Monterey Bay area as well. We'll continue to see those fill in as this whole front slides down towards the south and east. In terms of what that looks like in model land, this is what it looks like. You get that kind of cellular nature of these showers moving across the region. It's not that uniformed, strong band of precipitation, but these are more cellular in nature. Those will continue through the day today and into tomorrow, into Sunday, and then slowly shift down to the south and pass out of the area. Pretty much by midday tomorrow, we should see the showers really start to be done across our service area. But note these showers, any single one of them could be pretty intense in nature, so they could lay down some pretty heavy rainfall. These showers may be fairly deep into the atmosphere, in other words, pretty tall, which means that we could see hail development. So we might see small hail on some area roadways, as well as we may see some lightning across the area. As such, our friends out at the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, they actually put us in a storm potential area, which means that we have a chance of lightning. But up in North Bay across Napa and Sonoma counties, they're actually in a marginal risk of severe storms, as well as they're in a marginal risk of tornadoes. Hence, the center box there, the impacts box down at the bottom, it says potential for an isolated tornado. So not to sound the alarm or anything, but it's a non-zero threat right now. It's still very, very low threat, but it's something we'll be watching through the day. But the main impacts: dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning, locally brief heavy rainfall, strong gusty winds around those thunderstorms, and they could be very erratic winds as well, and small hail like I already talked about. So when thunder roars, go indoors. Don't be outside. Don't get caught in a thunderstorm where there could potentially be lightning or even worse, a tornado. So if you have something that you want to do outdoors today, it might be best to postpone it until tomorrow. In terms of lightning, remember that lightning can reach 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hotter than the surface of the sun. Feel free to steal this graphic and use it on your social media feeds. With all that rainfall coming in, those brief periods of heavy, intense rainfall, we could see high intensity rates that could trigger a flash flood warning for the Kincaid burn scar. Since we'll be watching for that potential, we do have a flash flood watch out for the Kincaid burn scar. We'll be watching all these storms as they cross the area for potential debris flows. And if we see something coming into the burn scar region, we will be issuing a flash flood warning. Remember, do not attempt to cross flooded roadways. In these intense periods of rainfall, it could quickly cover a road. It's best to just wait. Don't rush. Live to see another day. Rainfall amounts all the way through Sunday afternoon here. So from this morning through Sunday afternoon, we're not looking at a ton, maybe half an inch to an inch in most areas. Some of those rain shadowed areas like South Bay or the Salinas Valley, more like a quarter inch to half inch tops. The mountains might pick up a couple inches, but it really depends upon where these showers pop up and actually lay down that rainfall. So that's really going to be the driver in terms of the overall rainfall amount for this storm, is where these showers pop up. The mountains obviously do a good job at wringing some of these showers out of the clouds. The other issue that we'll be looking at today is a little bit of wind. This will mainly be along the coastal areas as well as up in the hills and mountains. We could see gusts north of 30 and 40 miles per hour, especially through the Golden Gate, for example, and then up in the East Bay Hills or even up in the North Bay Mountains. So we'll be looking at potentially a little bit of wind damage. A lot of the trees still have their foliage on it, so the leaves haven't all come off. It has a little bit of a sail effect to the wind on these trees. So be looking for potentially a few branches down and whatnot. Wind is a big concern to us, of course, because it does kill people pretty much every winter, and we already lost one person this fall to wind in the Santa Cruz Mountains. So please, if you're out, be safe and pay attention to what's going on around you. It's probably better just to hang out, have a nice cup of cocoa, and read a book at home or something like that. All in all, this storm will pass through today and into early tomorrow, and then we get under an area of high pressure, and that'll bring us clearing and drying conditions. So take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.